Hey everyone, hey, this is Michael Stoltz with michaelstoltz.com, changing the world one pixel at a time. I'm here with Josh Bulloc today. He's a great guy. I met about a year ago at the gym, just kind of nonchalantly working out, you know the drill. And I got to know him a little bit more and how he's, an outstanding guy. Definitely wants to improve himself, but more importantly, he has a passion of helping others. And today I just want to talk to him about an ebook that he put together this year called "My Wife Won't Let Me Start a Business." I know most of you are laughing, but it's really awesome. It has some good material. It's very short, it's not very long, and I think you'll enjoy it. So let's dive in here with Josh. All right, Josh, hey, tell us a little bit more about what you currently do.
Well, give you a little background. Trained as an engineer, so I do have a full-time job working as a sales engineer. But on the side, I'm always looking for different projects. And one of the projects that I focus on is my website, theintentionalsuperhero.com, where I kind of share a lot of the knowledge that I have in personal improvement, things that I've done, a little extraordinary, maybe not extraordinary, but out of the ordinary things that I've done. And just seeing what kind of projects I like to do and learn more about myself.
Okay. Well, while we're here today, you had put together this ebook called "My Wife Won't Let Me Start a Business," which I thought was awesome. Tell me a little bit more about your passion of helping others. Why did you put that together?
Well, passion for helping others comes from passion of trying to grow myself. So I went out and learned and gained a lot of information. And I found that when I would learn something, people would ask me questions, I'd want to share it. Eventually got me into career coaching. I did about 1.5 years of career coaching. Through that process, I learned that there were a lot of folks that wanted to start their own business, do something on the side out of their normal job, but their spouse would not let them. There's a lot of history behind that. Some spouses may have family history, and then some may have history with, say, if it's a husband wanting to start a business, may have history there that a lack of slight trust or something because of business gone bad or something.
How do you really see your ebook changing lives in the future? How do you think it's going to contribute, overall?
Really, I want it to help people have a process of thought to communicate with their spouse. Like if they really want to start that business and they don't know how to get their spouse to open it, to be agreeable, here's the 10 or 15 steps that you need to accomplish to really start making your spouse more comfortable. I really want to help get that pushed over the edge so that everybody's on the same page in agreement and everybody's happy.
Tell us about your wife. When you start doing career coaching, doing some different things, share some personal experience, I guess.
I'll give you a little more background on my wife. She comes from a family where her dad was involved in a lot of different careers growing up, and in some instances in her growing up, her dad's income wasn't very stable. So that instilled in my wife a fear of, hey, if I go starting a business, we're going to be broke all the time. And I really felt that not only I experience this, other people are experiencing this, and really I helped her to understand that I can start these businesses on the side, look at them more like projects, and if they really come to fruition, can step into them later. But like I said, I still have a full-time job, and I'm able to do these things which I enjoy on the side, which build my knowledge and help to learn to create income.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I would say, convincing the old wife to do certain things sometimes is hard, but like you said, I think what your ebook really points out is you kind of have to go back and step back, look at it. What would be her fears? Why would she think that way?
Exactly.
Have you done enough to convince her? Have you sold her why you should be doing it? Have you shared with her? Have you incorporated her into the process? Because if you alienate her, then she's not going to feel as excited as you do, unless you're going to make about 100 grand like tomorrow.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I would like to.
Yeah, exactly. What's besides your spouse's involvement, what do you think the biggest obstacle was to start a business on the side, like career coaching or doing things of that nature?
Well, I think my initial obstacle was really just going out and taking action. I spent a lot of time reading books and learning, but just taking that next step and going and pushing and doing it. And once I finally got over that hurdle, I still struggle with that. If anybody reads Seth Godin, always talks about the loser brain. it's obvious to me that I have a lizard brain that holds me back to taking action for fear of failing. But secondarily to that, I would say for me is just being willing to spend a little bit of money on moving forward. And I'm not talking anything over $100. Just something to invest in business. We're willing to spend money on, I don't know, a piece of clothing that we're going to wear once that costs $100, but we're not willing to spend $100 on something we can learn from, maybe make some money from, just those kind of things.
Yeah, that's good stuff. What other books? You mentioned Seth Godin. Is there any other books you'd recommend to people?
Really, the book that changed my way of thinking on careers is called 48 Days to the Work You Love by Dan Miller. He has a podcast. You can go to 48days.com also and visit his stuff. But I listened to his podcast for a while, and then one day I was walking through the mall, and I've heard about the book. And I looked at a bookstore, and it was just standing on the pile of books. It was kind of like a sign. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to walk in there. It's $5 for this book, so I said, I'm supposed to buy this book. So I walked in there, picked up the book, and I read it cover to cover, and it just really opened my eyes on how to look at work. It helped me to understand that I need to enjoy my work. It may not be a switch I can flip, but it's a continual process to get there, and that's really my goal.
What would be 3 things that you could give every entrepreneur? What foundational things that could you give them to get started?
I would say the first thing is don't be afraid to take action. Go out and test things. Do small tests. I'm not telling you to ruin your life financially, but I'm saying put up a website for $20, and then you throw something out there and write. You put together a free blog if you're really interested in a topic, and just start writing about it. Also, I'm losing my train of thought there, so maybe we'll come back to that.
Okay. Well, I think you've already given some other good points, so they don't necessarily need to be spelled out in 3 dots.
Yeah.
3 points on there. What would like other people to know about you? What are some other things you're passionate about? What other advice would you like to give? Is there any other projects you're working on right now?
Really, just going back to advice, take action. Be willing to take action. I'm always trying different projects, trying to figure out the work that I love, figure out what I'm put on this earth to be doing. So it's always trial and error. Some of the other projects I'm working on, one of them is a book I'm putting together, How to Get a Job. It's compiling everything that I have used in getting my jobs, getting raises, negotiation, all that stuff. And we can put a link at the bottom of this that shares, while I'm writing this book, I'm writing it in Google Docs. If anybody wants to have access to view that, I'm more than willing to share it while I'm writing the book before I actually put it up for sale.
Awesome.
It's got all the good knowledge in it right now.
Well, Josh, hey, I want to thank you so much for just taking a few minutes today to talk about this. I wanted to share this with everybody that comes to my site because I think you're an outstanding guy, and I value our friendship, and I'm glad that we had an opportunity to meet there about a year ago. All right, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.